Hello again everyone. This week we're extracting this international McCormick Deering binder from the back of the shed and preparing it to work at the forthcoming Casterton Vintage Working event. First job's a bit of maintenance, and it looks like we're going to need to sort the string out as well. We've got a bird's nest in there. Needed to make a new wheel hub for it, and we've got to go round it with a grease gun and make sure everything's well lubricated. I think we're ready, so we've chosen the quietest time of the day and we'll head off into the traffic. So we're safely in the field. Now we need to unpack the binder and get it into the working position. This is a ground wheel drive unit rather than a PTO drive, so it uses the same drawbar to tow it down the road as it does to tow it in the field. We detach the drawbar and move it round to the front of the binder. The next job is to wind down the drive wheels so that we can detach the road transport wheels. That's the back wheel off. So now we tip the binder up towards the back so we can get the front wheel off and connect the drawbar. And an extra helping hand turns up just in time for this job. Right, the drawbar's on. Now we just wind the main drive wheel down to the working height. Now we'll couple up to the tractor, and that's as simple as just dropping in the drawbar pin. No hydraulics, no electronics, and no PTO shaft. We just need a suitable balance weight on the rear so the drawbar's not so heavy. And then we'll take a look at the canvases and see if we can get them all on the right way round and in the right place. When they're correctly fitted, this is how they should run. That's the canvases all installed to carry the crop through the binder. Now we just need the sails, and then we can try it. So this is an all international harvester combination with a Farmall H on the front. Both the tractor and the binder were rescued probably about 50 years ago from the same farm and had spent most of their working life together. Well, it looks like everything's doing what it should, so let's try it. And just in case you're wondering, no, there's no trick of the camera here. This is literally the first cut up the field. Lesson number 1. Whilst you're thinking which lever you're going to pull, don't wave your hand about because the tractor driver thinks you want to stop. This time we really do need to stop. She stopped tying. We must have lost the string. It looks like our attempt at salvaging the ball of string that had got the bird's nest in it hasn't worked too well. Never mind, we'll have another go and re-thread it. You need long arms to reach under here, and this whiskery old sisal string is hard work trying to get it through the holes. Almost there now. We just need to wind it over, and the first time it tries to tie, what it actually does is reposition the string in the knotter assembly. I'm sure there's a lot of you watching this who'll know exactly how a knotter works, but some of you might not, and leave me a comment below if you fancy seeing a video on knotter design. And I think we're ready for a second try. Hopefully it'll go alright this time. It's going really well now. Let's try a different driver.
There's no gear descriptions. So across here and forward is reverse.
The sheath carrying attachment helps us to avoid dropping sheaves all the way around the corners and then having to move them to avoid running over them with the tractor next time round the field. In this part of the video you can notice how the back of the binder, where the canvas is run, is completely open, so a very long crop will pass through it without obstructing any of the metalwork. This feature is often forgotten when working in a modern crop because we control the length of the crop with chemicals. But in its day this was a particularly advanced feature and made a big difference in tall crops. Notice how the fingers are forcing the crop down into the knotter assembly before tripping the mechanism, and then the needle comes up and the knot's tied and the sheath's ejected from the side of the machine. Once again, in this picture you can imagine how the tall crop would hang out the back of the binder. Watch for the needle appearing in the knotter each time a sheath is tied. We've got another problem developing here. The sheave catcher is stuck up and it won't drop down and release the sheaves. We're going to have to stop and have a look at this. Nothing a hammer won't put right, I'm sure. Word's got around that we're out having a play with the binder, and we've got some more help turned up now, so everybody's got to have a drive.
Getting on this bit oh, yeah, good. Middle and forward.
And so the first part of our task is almost complete. We've cut the wheat, now we've just got to load it and get it home. If you'd like to see this wheat put through a threshing machine, or you'd like to see the binder working for yourself, you need to be at Casterton Vintage Working event on the 21st and 22nd of September. Just look us up on Facebook and it'll tell you where to find it. We've loaded all the wheat, we've packed the binder up and we're ready to go home. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to scroll down and click the like button below. Also leave us a comment, we love to hear about your experiences.